America Meditating Blog Talk Radio Show. We collect wisdom, hear stories, and inspire each other. I'm Sister Jenna. Tune in live from Monday through Friday at 8 a.m.
Author of The Soul of All Living Creatures, and I listen to America Meditating Radio.
He went without food, not to lose weight, but to help people lose generations of hate. While many around him rose up with violence, he sat down for peace. When others used religion as an excuse for war, he used it to remind them of love. Mahatma Gandhi made the world a far better place by reaching out with the strength he cultivated within his soul. Soul, pass it on, from the Foundation for a Better Life at values.com.
Hey everybody, it's John Duperrin from Project Forgive. How are you doing? You are in the right place for the highest level of conversation to feed your soul. American Meditating with Sister Jenna. Stay with us.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to America Meditating Radio Show. I'm your host, Sister Jenna. We're broadcasting from the beautiful Meditation Museum 2 in Tyson's Corner. What a lovely grand opening we had, and I want to thank Kristen Hoffman and Ivy Hilton for offering their gifts of the performances that they shared with us that night. It was incredible. And Congressman Conley, we're looking forward to having you visit us soon and for putting us even further in the records of the government. And I think what this is showing our country, perhaps more than any other time before, is that our practice of reflection, introspection, meditation, and listening to what's calling us on the inside is at an all-time high. You've been on the journey with us of belief for the past few months, and we had a wonderful release on October 18th where we showed the segment with our wonderful guest that we're going to have on today, Reshma Thakkar, a beautiful young lady with a great mind and a great spirit. And we had an interesting scene where there was an atheist in the audience, and he came up to me after the first 5 minutes of belief and said, I'm not going to stay here. This is not for me. I'm an atheist, and you're talking only about God, and I'm not for that. And I said, oh, how wonderful that you're an atheist. That means I guess you love everyone. Fantastic. Well, you're my brother. Hope to see you. Let's stay in touch. Would you believe he stayed the entire night and left with a smile on his face? And I think that's what this series is going to do for our humanity. It's changing the conversation of faith. It's changing the conversation of our belief systems, and it's helping us to move closer to our purpose. So stay tuned. We're going to have Reshma Thakkar on, and she's going to be offering us what it's been like since she's been on the Belief series. And also, she's got a wonderful company doing great work, and we're going to hear a little bit more about what Made with a Purpose is all about. So let's do what we do best here, and that is to get into a zone of meditation, peace, and power. Breathe in deeply. Om Shanti. The time that we choose to be aware doesn't necessarily require me to just sit and meditate. But even while I walk and move around, I can be in a meditative awareness, which is awareness of the soul, the original, eternal, imperishable being of light. For a little while, I'd like to invite you to be present, to be here, and to be now. Allow your mind to settle in the moment, to relax. This meditation is about awareness. It's about becoming aware of your original and eternal self. It's about connecting to your truth. Let go of your name. And observe yourself feeling nameless. Let go of your gender, to discontinue thinking you're a man or a woman. Let it go and observe how you would feel walking around without a gender. Let go of the role that you play and let go of the titles that you own. Observe how you're feeling as you are gradually letting go. Let go of your religion and put it aside just for now. And let go of your nationality and even the language that you're accustomed to. Imagine you have no name, gender, role, title, religion, nationality, or even a language. Ask yourself, how do you feel at this moment? who would think of you? And who would you think of? The Supreme Soul would think of you. And you, the liberated soul, would think of the Supreme. In this state of absolute freedom, I am truly who I am. A free, peaceful, pure, immortal, and eternal soul. Allow yourself to just be absorbed in this awareness. At this time. Welcome back, everyone. Hope you enjoyed that letting go meditation from my off the grid into the heart, and that was the beautiful Kristen Hoffman with Love and Gratitude. You're listening to America Meditating Radio Show, and I'm so psyched because today we're going to be talking to Reshma Thakkar. Her spiritual journey was featured in Oprah Winfrey's new docu-series on belief. She was raised in Southwest Michigan, but keeps the rich spirit of her Indian homeland close to her heart. Its people, pop culture, cuisine, dedication to family, and deep-seated traditions that helped to shape her personality and color the way that she lives today, despite being half a world away. Now, from an early age, Reshma determined that service to others would become an important part of who she was and how she will choose to live her life. Having been an information technology consultant in the healthcare field, she has visited over 40 foreign countries and pursues new adventures as often as possible. Reshma is also the founder of Made with a Purpose, which is a part of her mission to help empower women in India and educate young girls. Today I'm so happy to be welcoming my sweet, lovely, beautiful sister Reshma to America Meditating Radio. Hey, welcome.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning to you. I've been enjoying your journey for the last few months and wondering how you're holding up.
Oh, my gosh. It has been a whirlwind, but I am enjoying every minute.
Thank God you're young, Reshma.
There's been a lot of travel, yes, lots of running around, but it's been really great.
I know. It's a fortune, and I think it's very deserving. Your personality and your presence and maturity is really refreshing. Your spiritual journey was one that was featured, which we showed at the premiere at the museum in Oprah Winfrey's new docu-series called Believe. How did you come to be featured in the Believe series?
You know, it was truly was divine intervention. I wasn't looking for it. I had already booked my ticket to go to India. I had bought my one-way flight, and it was about 2 weeks before I left. I got a call. One of the producers had attended a yoga class in D.C., and they connected. He asked her if she knew anyone that was going to the Kumbh Mela, and she suggested that they speak to me. So they gave me a call, and I said, that sounds wonderful, but I'm on my way out. And they quickly made it to Chicago and started the filming, so...
Well, I know that in the audience, a lot of people actually shared with me that your story related to their own because they feel a void within their own journey in life. And you were yearning for something inside of you. And you left everything. You left your job and everything and ended up in the Kumbh Mela. Now, for listeners who may not know about the Kumbh Mela, please explain a little bit about what that was like. But also, Reshma, how did it change you? How did it impact you?
So the Kumbh Mela is the largest Hindu pilgrimage in the world, and I believe it's the largest spiritual gathering on the planet. There were about 70 million people that came together in one town, and in that town, just it kind of becomes this pop-up city to be able to handle this influx of people for this period of time. And it happens every 12 years in 4 different locations. All of the sadhus come down from the mountains, and people travel from all over the world just to be able to learn from the enlightened masters, to feel a sense of community, to come bathe in the river, cleanse their karmic debt.
Right.
It's pretty beautiful.
Now, did you become enlightened?
Well, I would say it changed my life. I guess it's for others to determine if I've become enlightened or not. I do feel a much greater sense of peace in my life, that's for sure.
Yeah, I bet with 50 million folks around you. I think when we were both at the UN, Oprah said my cutoff of folks was like 30 million or something. So I thought that was really, really hilarious. You're listening to, everyone, America Meditating Radio, and we're interviewing Reshma Thakkar, who is featured in the premiere series of Oprah Winfrey's new documentary series called Belief. She just shared with us that going to the Kumbh Mela definitely made her more at peace. And one of the things that came out of that conversation on that series was that you really don't have to go anywhere to find yourself, right? It's already in you.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, I took that journey, and I'm so glad I did, but that was what I came away with at the end was, I was putting so much pressure on myself to find something and get to a certain point. But if I could just settle down and be present and be aware of the fact that everything was going exactly as it needed to, as long as I was showing up in the world, being loving and compassionate and kind and towards people around me and also towards myself, everything unfolded exactly as it needed to.
Beautiful. Well, I know that Belief is definitely adding to your story in terms of your service to humanity, and you're planning a 7-day Belief Explorer quest, which we just found out about. You've got some special friends on the air like India Ari and Ariel Ford, who have been guests on the America Meditating Radio Show. I'd love to let our listeners know more about what can they expect from the Belief Explorer quest, and what are you looking for in terms of offering this to humanity at this time.
So the Belief Explorer Quest is a 7-day free online event. It's really my way of sharing because, as you said, the number one piece of feedback that I get when people have seen this episode is, wow, I'm so inspired. how do I go on my own journey? Where do I start? And so I really took that to heart, and I put together kind of, if I could distill it down into 7 parts, what did my journey really look like from where I started to where I am now? And each day I have a different guest. So we talk about, the questions I was asking, the fears and doubts that kind of came along with those things. What did I do to connect more deeply with myself, to connect more deeply with other people, and how am I keeping my quest alive? Those are kind of the things we talk about throughout the 7 days. And for me, it really is just a way to kind of continue this conversation, help people go deeper if that's what they're looking for, and if they felt inspired by my story.
Beautiful, very needed. In the Belief Explorer Quest, your special guest will share why the quest for belief is important, as you mentioned earlier. But how would Reshma even answer that question for herself? Why is the quest for belief, especially at this time in your journey, why is it really important for you?
Well, for me, I really needed a sense of meaning and purpose and a sense of belonging. I felt very isolated. I had a lot of questions. I was brought up in a traditional Hindu household, and I had questions about what we were taught, but I was afraid to ask those questions because I thought it meant that I was a bad Hindu child. But I really think that it's important to ask those questions and not just know about your faith and your traditions and the things that you believe, but really feel it and make it kind of your own. It is a personal experience, your connection to the divine, whoever that is for you, whatever that looks like for you. It's very personal, and I think it's important for us to really dive deep and get very clear on what that means for us, forgetting about what anyone else thinks or what anyone else is teaching us how it should be done.
That's so true. It is so personal, as you said. I mentioned earlier in the show we had an atheist at the Meditation Museum for the premiere, and after 5 minutes he got up to leave. And he was like, I'm not in all this stuff about faith and God. I'm an atheist. And I said, well, if you're an atheist, that means you love and accept everyone and everyone's story. You're my brother, so hope to keep in touch with you. He actually stayed. And I think that when we start to move away from all of that external influence and start to listen to what inside of you is really triggering you to be for you and for the rest of the world, then I will feel that there's definitely God playing a part there, because God is so silent, Reshma. So if I'm silent enough to listen to my own story, then I'll feel like I'm actually being guided by that incredible energy that is behind everything that's good on our planet.
Yes, I agree 100%.
Now, you're doing also more work in terms of educating young women in India, and I love this idea of you being the founder of Made with a Purpose, where you employ Indian women who can create sustainable, fashionable handbags. Please tell us a little bit more about the business and how can our listeners perhaps contribute, facilitate, help, empower, or just add to the story of Made with a Purpose.
Yes, I am so excited about this. I've been doing this as a hobby for about 5 years, and it truly is where my heart and soul just bursts with joy. We have 6 women in India, and I provide jobs for them. I pay them, well above fair wages. They've been able to bring their families up. They've moved into better homes. Their children are all in school. One of the women, their daughters she's going to college, which is amazing. I'm really hoping to kind of pull them out of this cycle of poverty that their families have been in for generations. And we are really excited because we're moving into our own facility. We were renting out an old classroom in the school, and just at the end of this month, we'll be moving into our own facility, and the response we've gotten from people all over the world for Made with a Purpose has been tremendous, and we wouldn't be at this point without them. So that's been really great. And, if people are interested in supporting, contributing, we do have an online shop, which is madewithapurpose.com, but even beyond that, what's been amazing is people that are hosting events, or I've spoken to even brides. People will come and they'll get their, how people give away swag, their gifts at events, corporate events or weddings. We can do custom products like that. The women are really talented and amazing, and they get very excited when people placed custom orders with them. So there are multiple ways to contribute and get involved. My email is listed on the website, so you can email me directly. It's reshma@madewithapurpose.com, and beautiful. I would love to have that conversation.
Fantastic. Reshma, thank you so very much. Before I let you go, what's Reshma's favorite life quote as her life expands and elevates in the world to be more of service? What's moving you right now as a quote?
There's a quote, and I can't think of the exact quote right offhand, but it's by Mother Teresa. Oh, what is it? It's evading me. But you know what? My second favorite, I'll tell you my second favorite, is it really is be the change you wish to see in the world. And I think when I think of that, it's really from the inside out, really living the life that you want to be your message.
That's fantastic. Reshma Thakkar, thank you so much for joining us on the air today. And give my love to Shehan and tell him he's just the most wonderful little person that I know, which is, I know, your traveling partner. And Reshma, we want to let you know that you have exemplified this grace and beauty as a young woman, definitely a woman of Indian origin, but a woman that seems to be conveying a story of integration and service. And we wish you all the best, and we want you to keep doing good.
Thank you so much, Sister Jenna. I really, really appreciate that.
You're welcome, Reshma. Take care, and thanks again for joining us on the air.
Thank you.
So you can drop everything, everyone, if you're listening to that calling on the inside. I'm not saying that everyone's story is going to unfold like Reshma's, but it will unfold beautifully. The fair game, the game of trying to do what everyone wants you to do, I get that. I think we all have to go through that to actually initiate us to turn inwards and start to listen to the true voice of silence and the true voice of God. Do connect with Reshma and find out what she's doing. Definitely Made with a Purpose sounds like a great initiative, and her new upcoming conversation will be one that I'm sure will rock the air and will definitely help us to know more about who we are, which is the Belief Explorer Quest. So stay tuned for that. Remember, no one can take away your happiness unless you give them permission. And we are here to love each other the same. So let's do that. I'm wishing everyone all the best. And we're going to end with Lucinda Drayton, Unlifted. Take care, everyone.